If you've been in the market for a few years for a Ford Super Duty Limited, this might be the last year you can get one. And we should know sometime this month if that's the case. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Tim. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys can see some of the options and features on this build. Starting off at the very top is the description. Carbonized gray with the Admiral Blue interior. And then here is a short listing of the standard equipment. And then this is all the options on this one. So you have the 355 locker, all-weather floor mats, rapid heat, engine block heater, wheel liners, tough bed, and this one has the worn winch. You guys see base price with the destination, and then here's total price right here. Shockingly, they have about 10 of these trucks available for sale right now, and I'm talking about the limited trim. So if you really do want to get one, be sure to reach out to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford, ask for Tim. Now, this trim level is not a one size fits all, and I'll discuss that here in a second. However, if you want every single option without having to pick it, this is the one you want to get, because as you guys saw, there's really not a lot of things that come as an option on this truck. It pretty much comes loaded up. And when you start off on the front end, you have this satin finish on the grill. Has a really nice appearance. This is like that bright chrome, and that satin just looks so much nicer. So if you don't like chrome, I think this is the next best thing. I wish they would have more of this versus that chrome, because for some people, black appearance like that truck right there, a lot of people are getting tired of that, right? And that's not even available for the limited. But on the bottom here, painted bumpers. You guys can see the projector, fog lights too, front parking sensors. All these things come standard. 360 camera view, you can see the one on the front. And there is the worn winch. So it is dealer installed. And you guys can see right here, this one does have the engine block heater. Has recovery loops. And if I have a chance to do a comparison between this and the Platinum, because both of these trucks, I did one before this one, it was an F250. So I definitely have to try to get a comparison to show you guys the Payload and all the different features there. Now on the side, 20-inch wheels. These are unique to the Limited, and they give it a nice appearance. I think these are probably my favorite wheel design for sure. 8 lug obviously, Bridgestone Dueler tires, and these are what they use on just about every trim level with 20 inches. LT 275, 6520 is the tire size there, and you guys can see it's upside down with 3,750 pounds of capacity, 80 psi. Solid front axle, and on the Limited, they do give you this plastic trimming. Some of the trucks have fabric material, some have this. Some of the higher trim levels even have it as an option to get a wheel liner on the rear. And then here's some of the badging. And on the Limited too, quite a bit of chrome on the side of the truck, like around the windows at the bottom there, mirrors, door handles, and then the trim down below. And I take that back. These are actually satin, but everything else is bright chrome on the truck there. Keypad, I never really point this out, but they've had that for a long time. Now you have the steps on the side of the bed. This is a 6-foot 8-inch bed, 34-gallon fuel tank, 7.4 gallon DEF on the standard bed as well. And here's a quick look at the suspension. Wheel liner out back. This is an option for the Platinum, I believe. And then here's just a better look at these wheel design too. They did a great job overall with these. And then out back, full LED tail lights. You see the applique. That basically tells everyone that you spent all the money on this truck for sure. More satin finish here too, and including on this too. Light backup camera. Power tailgate, sonar built in on the top of it with a backup camera. Spray in. Finally, man, these trucks, you don't really see them a lot with this. 2,000 watts of power comes standard. You have bed lights, you have the tie downs too. And this one actually has a video out back in the bed too. This is your 7-pin for your trailer, but this is for a 12-way video. Okay. And you guys saw this had the 355 rear end, Class 5 hitch, and they did redesign these too. But yeah, check that out. Has the locker out back and spare tire. The tire is matching, but I think the wheel is a different design. Let's go ahead and talk about the powertrain next. This is the only trim level that comes standard with a diesel. And you're gonna have class leading horsepower and torque. 500 horsepower, 1200 pound-feet of torque, 10R140 10-speed transmission. And yeah, this truck is a rocket ship. I haven't had a chance to take this up a 6% grade to do some towing tests. I've done some towing tests on a very small 6% grade, but not at higher speeds. But I'm willing to bet you this truck will probably exceed 80 miles an hour. I've done one on a standard output from 2022 and it did phenomenal, so I expect this one to do a little bit better. As I said earlier, one size does not really fit all on this trim level because of the interior. I personally like blue. The only problem is I don't like the gray in this interior. It doesn't look terrible, but I think they would have done a lot better with like a tan color on this. But nevertheless, I do like the fact that they give you black accents on it. And with this color, it looks kind of green sometimes, depending on how you look at it. Also, you have this slate gray stitching and piping right there. Carbon fiber look, looks great in the sun, by the way. B&O sound system, 14 speaker, and then this one has the illuminated kick plate. And then check out these seats too. Beautiful diamond stitch seats, and they do come standard with max recline too. Has a limited badge, front and center, tilt headrest, and then check out that roof. You guys see that? That is suede on that roof. And while we're up here, you have your home link, vanity. They have LED lights, auxiliary switches right there. All this stuff comes standard because it's not an option. And you guys see that dash there? It is wrapped in that Admiral blue. It's like a leather material. Push button starts right here. Dual climate control, heat and ventilated seats. All the things you would expect to be on a $104,000 truck, right? So your heads-up display is right there. Wow, it's 160 degrees outside. I thought it was kind of hot today. But you have your exhaust brake up here, dual stage, so you turn it on, and then you have automatic as well. Your camera system. Now, as I said earlier, let me go ahead and put it in reverse so you guys can see. Now, if you were to drop the tailgate, the button is right here. If you drop it, normally you would just see the bottom of the ground, but when you have the camera on the back and the sonar, your tailgate is now protected. So if you are hooking up to a fifth wheel, you forget to put the tailgate back up, well, now you don't have to worry about damaging it, because a lot of people do it. Even though people don't admit it, it happens a lot. Now, you can put the tailgate back up inside the truck too, so it just makes it a lot easier, you know, when you're unhooking, hooking up, things like that. But yeah, you have the 360 camera view, and this truck, I do like the carbon fiber accents that they give you, and that's probably one reason why, hey, if you're gonna spend 100 grand on a Platinum, you can spend a few thousand more and get a really nice, unique interior. Like, you get that carbon fiber there, on this side, you guys obviously saw it on the doors there, it's in the back, and you get this plaque here. So it says here, 2024, has a VIN number, and I believe this is how many Limiteds they built for 2024. Here's the steering wheel with more of that carbon fiber. It says limited. Large steering wheel too. That's one thing I like about this. They have a power steering column, power pedals. They're the only one that gives you both of those. Ram gives you power pedals, but they don't give you a power steering column, nor does GM. And GM doesn't even have power pedals for 2020 plus trucks, which is kind of interesting. On this screen here, I love showing this. If you tow a trailer or you go off-road, this is just nice things to have. Shows you your diesel measurements as well. A few other things that they show you here. And back over to this screen, because it is a limited, you do have massagers. So this is 3 levels of lumbar that you can control, and then your massage seats are right here. 3 levels of intensity, split screen, And it's always worth mentioning your Pro Power onboards in here as well. 2,000 watts in the bed, but you're going to have 400 watts inside of the truck. And some people don't know this, but you can turn off the power plugs in the truck, so you don't have to always have that constantly on. So it's just something to consider. Down below, you have the option to have storage here or 4 cup holders, which gives you 6 in total. I guess they have the most cup holders out of everyone too. That's pretty cool. And I'm surprised, normally people with this trim level will get the lock box, but you guys can see 2 USBs, those are type C's, and you guys saw this is removable. Some people will actually take this and put it over here, so that's just something to consider. And I'm not sure if I showed this to you, but wireless charger and 2 USBs in this location. Here's the rear, more of that carbon fiber. Bottle holder, and then decent storage in the rear door. If you flip this up, 60/40 bench, collapsible storage. You guys see the inverter, and then check out that diamond stitch leather. Armrest is right here. Sliding glass out back too, by the way. Outboard heated seats, 2 type C USBs, and they still provide 12-volt plugs. I know a lot of people complain about this, and they give you 2 120 volts, which I like. Seat back pockets in the rear, grab handles. Let's go ahead and check out the Payload next. So here is the front gross ax rating at 5,600 pounds. The rear is 6,340 pounds. And 20x8 wide wheels, 11,100 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Payload is, oh wow, 2,890 pounds. So I did a video actually earlier today on a Platinum, almost identical to this one, F250. It didn't have a sunroof, didn't have spray and bed liner, and it didn't have the 5th wheel prep package. That truck I think had like 3,069 pounds of payload, and I had said it probably would have around 28. I think maybe I might have said 26 or 2,700 pounds, but yeah, it has 2,900 pounds of payload, so that's pretty cool. Just those few options can really change that number. But I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure your bell notifications are on. I will try to compare both of these trucks soon if they're still here. And yeah, if so, just be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Later.